Our favorite anti-hero in a post-apocalyptic world returns after 30 years in Mad Max Fury Road. George Miller, who you probably know directed the first three Mad Max films, returns as director and co-writer. But it is also the first Mad Max film not to feature Mel Gibson as the title character. There were talks for him to reprise his role, but it didn't quite fall through, and now Tom Hardy is taking the helm as Max Rokitansky. From what I heard, he did have a meeting with Mel Gibson on playing the role of Max. Mel Gibson gave him his full blessing. Now, is this film a sequel, a prequel, or a reboot? Well, I don't know. It never really says. I think George Miller wanted the audience to decide that one. Max is captured by the Wild Boys, who are basically a bunch of albinos, and they are under the ruling of Immortan Joe, played by Keays-Byrne, who you probably know played the toe cutter in the very first Mad Max film, and here he plays another villain. Talk about a reunion. Immortan Joe basically looks like a mixture between the Joker, Bane, and the Crypt Keeper. And Hugh Keays-Byrne gives a very good performance, basically playing it like if he was the ruler of the Roman Empire. And when Max escapes their clutches, he comes across Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, who is driving all of Immortan Joe's brides to safety. Max ends up helping her, and while Immortan Joe and his whole crew, boy, he's have a big one, are on their trail. Will they make it to safety before it's too late? Well, you're going to have to see the movie to find out. I gotta say, this is the best one in the series. I think they were trying to make up for the mistakes in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and they didn't make I think the problem is they made the film too light, but here this film is not light. This film is never a dull moment. It's just it does take time to it does slow down for a little bit, but it's never a dull moment. No. And I like the way Tom Hardy plays Max. Yeah, I know what people are saying. Oh, it's just it's called Mad Max, but its film's barely about Max. Well, if you look at The Road Warrior, aka Mad Max 2, it was in the same genre where Max would just stumble upon helping somebody, even though he didn't want to, but he felt he had there was no other options left for him. It's kind of the same way it's portrayed here. And he had very little dialogue. Well, if you look at all the Mad Max films, he had as little dialogue as he did in the other ones, too. Except the first film, because it was basically his origin story. And Charlize Theron as Furiosa. Whoa, I liked her. She was awesome. I like the way the movie displays she's no damsel in distress, and she's every bit as tough as Max. I mean, you see them they have a fight scene in this film, and she holds her own. They both give as well as they get, I'll tell you that. I heard that she found Tom Hardy very difficult to work with because he's such an intense method actor. Well, in my opinion, that kind of added to the intensity of their relationship on screen, and I think it worked. The women playing his brides also do well. They're not just known as the women. They're pretty good in their roles, too. And Nicholas Hoult is Nux, one of the albinos who, well, I'm not going to say any more about his character, but let's say, yeah, I almost didn't recognize him. You probably know he's from such films as the X-Men films. Well, he played the Beast character. Well, all in all, I like this film. I give Mad Max Fury Road a 10 out of 10. Bye-bye.